run to the right. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Quickly complete. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy, that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
It's caught. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Smashes through the tackle. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Using the quick game, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on 3rd. Throws to the back. Back's looking for the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd.
Sneaks into the end zone.
They did a really good job of setting the tone and stringing that drive together. It was a long drive. They needed to convert some specific spots. They did it, and here's how they ended it, with physicality. Punch him in the mouth, opening this game with a statement, and they got the early lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Calls his own number. Got enough for the 1st down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that 1st down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
Scanning the field, it's Reed. Caught over the middle, it's Craver. There he goes. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
The give on the inside. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Caught in the backfield, it's Concepcion. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Got a little space. He's loose. Turning on the Jets. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
On first and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it here on third and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies!
Third and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And the extra point is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work.
And the Trojans have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. This time they'll go to the running game. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Always fun when you have two big brands like the Trojans and the Aggies square off. They did meet a year ago in the Vegas Bowl, and I'm not sure the result was the one that many of us had in the cards with SC coming out on top.
No, how about the Trojans last year? Start the year strong versus the LSU Tigers, SEC. Ending the year strong against A&M, the SEC school. And Jesse, the fourth quarter run really was impressive.
Yeah, Texas A&M defensively just had no answers late in that game. And so they've been hearing about that all off season. This is a matchup they've circled, they've had on their calendar. Defensively, Texas A&M, coached by Mike Elko, they're going to want to have a better showing here today.
And Listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Grab behind the line. It's Lemon. Oh, out of space. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Baylor took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bears that fired on all cylinders. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Reed. The sure hands, it's Owens. Can't get him to the ground. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He's got an open man. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing it. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Bussey. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Aggies get it past the sticks. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Aggies back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the air, it's Reed. Pulls it in, it's Concepcion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Makes the grab. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Jordan. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Plenty of time left in the half want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. That's caught. It's Lemon. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys, they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. They run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
I think sometimes offensively you got to have a bit more awareness where you are in the field. You got to feel yourself getting close to the boundary, and you got to settle down. That guy looked like he was a little bit out of control, and as a result, that throw took him out of bounds for no gain.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Now facing a third and long. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Mayava. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the first and goal.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Steps away. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Grabbed behind the line. It's Sanders. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fair catch called for and made. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Dropping back, it's Reed. He's moving out of the pocket. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Craver. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. On the move. It's a running room. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Texas A&M going quickly.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
The sweet feet buy a little time, and he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you can tell. They want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him. Try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. After run, now throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football now.
And the Aggies pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work.
Really good job running the ball, getting that first down. Now here comes the tempo.
They get to him as he throws. It's complete to the right. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him, working away. Nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Concepcion. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Wow, the this offense. They have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Colorado steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Boulder a ton of confidence. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's caught downfield. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. They're not only ready to fight on, they're ready to deliver knockout punches with plays like that.
And they typically are, and it's typically Hollywood scripts, right? Just beautiful playmakers, big bodies, fast bodies, highlight the famous celebrity quarterbacks. That's just what USC does.
They just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Trying to impose their will with the run. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Pulls it in. It's Lane. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looking downfield, it's Mayava. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down. Doesn't convert this time. And the Trojans will line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking downfield on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
In the backfield, he's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard, we're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
The Aggies are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Finds space on the right. Oh, he's got some space. He was oh so close to wrapping up this 3rd quarter with a score. What a play to finish off the period. will stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Reed. He caught it. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll call for the fair catch here. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Sanders. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15.
And that play right there really shows you the trust between the quarterback and his wide receiver. They've obviously worked for hours all season long on these routes near the sideline. Nice throw, great catch.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
The Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Grabbed over the middle. It's Sanders. Wide open spaces. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
He's going to throw deep right side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Caught in the backfield, it's Sanders.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Under fire. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Sends it back in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
Well, This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. The handoff, keep working on that clock. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Sneak gets it done.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, as you know, there is a fight for the Cy-Hawk going on between Iowa and Iowa State, and we finally have a winner. Iowa looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Hawkeyes. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Heck of a showing.
To throw, it's Mayava.
All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Oh, what an exciting finish this is going to be. The offense has it one more time. One last drive, and time is winding down. He's taking a deep shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Down to the 48-yard line as he takes it away and takes it back to set up his offense.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
21.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Moving away from pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Fires to the big fella. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch.
Lofts one high and deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better. Right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.